Absolutely. I'd like to say happy birthday to our country for happy July 4th. If you've noticed my color.
You're looking sweet, buddy.
Maybe we always like to teach on this show. First hit subscribe and set the pipe, but it's always about teaching or learning from myself. Don't be an idiot. Put something over your face. 3 hours in the hot sun on Laguna Beach on July 4th. Probably not the smartest thing in your 50s.
Probably not the smartest thing.
Probably should have known better.
Yeah. Well, okay. So, hey, everybody, and welcome back to Set the Pipe. I am Sully. There's CK. And then there's Bear.
Hey.
Welcome, boys.
Hey, good to be back.
Like, Bear and I are a little rough today.
Yeah.
We are. We're a little rough today. It's just, we haven't been on the pod for a while.
Yep.
That's all right.
I got a nice clean shave today. I was trying to terrace away some of this dead skin and hot skin.
Buddy.
You don't want to see me with my shirt off. It was brutal. Again, don't lay out in the sun for more than maybe an hour with nothing covering you
up.
up.
You have to stay awake too, by the way. It's probably good advice to stay awake while you're on the sun.
Mooney and I had just this gem of a spot, like in Laguna. We got down there in the morning early and just by ourselves. I mean, there's tons of people, but we were in this like little nook up against the rocks, but with some sand. Yeah. So it was just so pleasant. Great breeze, great view of the ocean. And I just kind of snoozed off a little bit, and it turned into a lot of it. And I'm a little bit of a lobster craw.
Bear, what'd you do for the 4th?
That's funny you ask, because I had a great weekend, by the way. The 4th was on a Friday. Yeah. We rode our e-bikes down to the Huntington Beach Pier.
Nice.
And met up with Alan Knipe and his family.
Oh, that's
outstanding.
We hung out down there, had some food, and had a great time, and then ended up kind of riding up the beach, and then went over to their house later that night. And then Saturday wasn't a great day, just kind of stuck around home and cleaned house. Yeah. But on Sunday, we had a great time. What we did was we jumped on the train, Judy and I and Alan and Jen, and went down to Solana Beach.
Oh, jam.
And we went into this Mexican restaurant, and I can't think of the name of it right now. But and we hung out on the patio, and our friend Brett Schroeder and his wife showed up, and he
the Lord, Face Lord,
because his birthday was on Saturday.
Happy birthday, Face Lord.
Happy birthday, Schroeder.
That's right.
He does like and subscribe to our channel.
Of course,
he watches.
We got to get Schroeds on here.
And we had a blast. We got down there on the train about 1 o'clock, and we jumped on the train about 7 that night, and it was just. Great food,
day.
Great times, and we had a blast.
Was he surprised?
He was surprised. Yeah, he walked in,
awesome.
and we were sitting on the patio, out in the patio, and the look on his face was priceless. He's like, it took him a little bit to process like what was going on. And like I said, his birthday was on Saturday, so we went down on Sunday, and he had no idea. We had it planned for about a week, and it's great traveling by train. I've never done that before.
It's a fun.
And you
Mooney
go
and
right down
it's
on
great.
the water. It is unbelievable from Santa Ana all the way down past Oceanside, and it was a blast.
And then we go down to San Diego. It dumps you off at Ruth's Steakhouse. At least it used to. That's what we used to do when I lived in Orange County. I mean, and we would go to Solana Beach because that's where I worked. But I would take Amtrak all the time. It's so great when when you're driving by the freeway. I mean, you're going on the freeway and you're just seeing everybody in stop and go traffic.
Yep.
Kind of waving. Don't have to worry about it.
You literally go
awesome.
like right above the water in some places, like through San Clemente. You stop at that pier, and
it's really cool.
It's a great way to travel, and like the look on Schroeder's face, and we just, the 3 of us, actually the 6 of us, we all get along great, and it was just so much fun. With those
I was going through some old pictures of that Catalina trip from Schroeds back in the day, just recently. It was Mooney and I were going to some unbelievable photos of us, and just a good time. Something I want to talk about, because we, this is a volleyball podcast. We always talk about telling stories.
Yeah.
I just had a young man, a freshman in high school who lives down the street, come into my house, and what's right before the podcast to talk about something that was near and dear to his heart. He fell in love with the game of volleyball, and he wanted to know what it would take to play college volleyball.
Oh, good for him.
And what I'm striking here listening to this, again, set the pipe, hit subscribe. It's free. Yep. Hear stories. We got a lot coming to you this for the rest of the year. Some great interviews, some new content. We're going to do some fun things. Fun stuff here at Set the Pipe, and we're gonna continue to do this, and we're gonna continue to grow. But the reason we started this is a perfect reason for it. Is Bear, you just told a story, and the joy on your face about driving down on a train with 2 of your college teammates.
Yep.
Take what you did right now. You played volleyball with these 2 guys. You weren't a 5-time All-American. You didn't go to the Olympics. Schroeder didn't go to the Olympics. Al did as a coach, but we'll leave that on the side. But the whole point of this conversation that I was having with this young man today was about the journey, right? And what it means. And we're in our mid-50s, and you still have joy and love and an amazing weekend and day with some of your best friends that you found through this sport.
Totally.
Right?
Totally. Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And
lifelong friends.
Lifelong friends. And that's what I was telling him today about the journey is I said, I'm not going to go through everything, but this is for any young kid that's listening. Like, if you want to have a chance to play college volleyball, because that's what you're looking at.
Do it.
A chance of a chance, you got to give it all you got, right? And there's no looking back. And whether you win or lose, you have to. There's no other way. If you don't go all in, you're never going to make it in this landscape today to be a college athlete. It was always hard in our day too, but regardless of that.
Right.
And I used, Jake's. We've talked about it a few times about the journey is the destination. And I was saying, listen, what you're going to get out of this is exactly what you got, Bear. And I told him that, not this story, because this is an hour ago, is you're going to get lifelong friends. You're going to get experiences that are going to be blood, sweat, tears, laughter, even at 16 when you're playing club, right? Sure. And you're doing these things, and you're out practicing, and you're tired, and you don't want to go, but you go. And what do you want to do? Let's just go down to the beach and play, right? I just want to play. Like back in our day, it was like I would go to Pierce, where Sammy went, and I'd go at night at 9 o'clock at night. That's when Big Daddy would open it, and we'd play deep court, right? You just want to do what you can do, just play. And so. It was such a cool conversation, and I appreciated him coming down and asking Michelle and I, his families. He's grown up here on the street, and they're just great people, and to just have enough. I don't have a lot, but enough knowledge to maybe help a little bit. Sure. And what I really stressed was exactly what you just told, Bear. Really, I really did, honestly, in a different way. But that's what it's all about. It's you telling a story about going down to spend time with people that you love and they love, and you have days that you'll remember for the rest of your life. You earned that. You got that through the sport of volleyball, through the hard work to get to where you got to.
Pretty cool.
Bear, think about that, right? You went to Long Beach State for 1 year.
Yeah.
And you're hanging out with these guys. I mean, Schroes was there 4 years. Al was there 2 years, right? 3 years? 3 years. 3 years.
Yeah.
Yep. And I was there 5 years, right? And for you to have that 1 year experience, to have lifelong brother friends.
Yeah.
I mean, totally worth it. And like Coley said, you can see it on your face when you were telling it. And I can, and we all can see Schroes just in our head how he reacted. You know what I mean? And then you guys just absolutely going after each other for the next 5 hours. We can all
just
see
telling
it. So
stories. That's
stuff.
all we did, and we were laughing. And I'll send some pictures, and it's just great. It was an awesome time, and we just don't spend enough time together. We always want to spend more time together.
And so, again, lessons trying to teach myself, more importantly, about this stuff is all these kids that are listening to this. JOs just happened for juniors, for girls. Nationals, I think, or AAU Nationals, I think it's over. It's happening right now in Orlando for the boys.
They're just finishing up right now.
A lot of the things for the younger kids. And, I was talking to Geeter, and his daughter's team won 16s last year, and they were playing to go to the gold medal match again this year and just fell short. And, I was telling them, and again, talk about all this stuff, and we were talking about it. I was like, but she's in that match. Yep. She's on that court.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
One team wins. Everyone else loses. Everyone. So you start in November when high school's over. Everyone works. You go to the qualifiers. You win some qualifiers, but everyone's trying to get to the Junior Olympics to qualify. We qualify. We got our bid. Our bid.
Right.
One team wins. Only one.
Yep.
And so, to what you were just saying, Bear, to go back to all of it, the year to get to that, from November to the trips, to the sleepovers, to the SATs to get up to go to practice, to the hurt ankle, to the girl that wasn't supposed to play that's now starting, to the one that go around the whole thing, the drama, the families, all of it is all worth it every year if you understand that's what it's about.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
It's the journey.
The rest is great. And again, my kid, I'm the first one is playing college basketball, or will be playing college basketball. My other one did. That's their goal, to get there. But while getting there, you need to have fun doing it. Yep. You need to enjoy the process. Love the process, actually, or it's hard to get to there. And enjoy the journey. And those are the things that, I'm looking at you guys and just, we haven't talked in a while, and listen to that story about Schroeds and Knipe, and, talking to Matty Lou on the phone yesterday. His daughter's playing in a volleyball tournament, a beach tournament this week, just all the love and joy. New Northridge chain. We just added 3 guys on today who I haven't talked to in probably a couple of years, and just all the stuff that makes this sport and this energy that we have for this show so contagious, and why I want more people to play and love it.
Well, you were just talking earlier, before I guess we started rolling, about Michelle and Joy. They're friends through volleyball, and they're going to Africa in a couple weeks, and they're still doing it, and they're celebrating their 50th a couple of years ago. You guys went to Greece, 23 of you guys.
Yeah.
That's all volleyball too. I mean,
it is.
Lifelong friends. You go on journeys. It's great.
And I tell you guys all the time, if I'm going anywhere in the country, especially airports, my kids are just like, Dad, who do you not know? You know what I mean? But you don't
I do know what you mean.
Yeah, but it's the journey. If I have journeys with so many things and so many great people, but they get it. They're starting to get it. Savannah's my oldest. Oh, now I'm starting to see my people. You know what I mean? And everybody else still kind of rolls their eyes, but they're getting to that point where it is the journey. You know what I mean? And it's fantastic. And Coley summed it up really well. It's the sport of volleyball. It's unique to everything else, and we're really taking advantage of that in the stage of our lives and sharing it with all of our not only our kids but your neighbors of all people, right?
It's such a great culture of the sport of volleyball, and it's there's so much to it and different levels. I mean, we already talked the grass and all those things, but it really is it's spectacular, right? And it's done wonders for so many, especially us, as we just talked about, and just to continue to watch it and love it, and to see people do it and help young people to try to get to those dreams and continue to play. And it's awesome.
I played sports my whole life. I played football when I was a kid. I played basketball. I played baseball. And then I found volleyball my freshman year. And I played basketball and volleyball through high school. But just the volleyball vibe, that culture, it was just different. It was I loved basketball, but the relationship I had with my coaches wasn't the greatest.
It's different. My kids play it. I'm telling you, it is way different.
But
not good or bad, but just different.
Friends with my coaches in volleyball, but it was just a different vibe, and I just really liked it. And going to the tournaments and just, it's competitive as hell, right? But everybody has a mutual respect for each other, and we all get along outside of volleyball, afterwards. We're having fun with each other and stuff. And I didn't really see that in other sports. And
there's a level of respect too, right?
Yeah.
Especially as you get older. Because we all, every time anybody brings up UCLA, Tim Kelly, we're like, oh my God, but it's all tongue in cheek, because if you were to see him outside of, just going to a restaurant, everybody stops what they're doing, big hugs. How are you, man? Oh my gosh, good to see you. It's that high level of respect. And to go off of your basketball, Bear, I think Coley mentioned, and correct me if I'm wrong, Coley, I think you're the same as I am. My first love's football, right? It's the camaraderie, everything that I just love the game. Not, and
it's hard to explain to people, Sully, that didn't play or don't play. There's something about it, and you know it, and I know it, and anyone that's played it really understands that. So, I feel you. I still love the game of volleyball.
But volleyball, right?
Yeah.
But the community and
community and
that
culture
goes along with it, and the stories that go along with it, and it's kind of never ending. Like I said, my kids still roll their eyes, and it's been amazing for me. And I don't know if you guys knew, but my wife actually went back to college. I tell you guys that, and that's how we met, was through volleyball. So just like you, Chloe, not that high level, she went back to a JC, but
either way,
nonetheless, volleyball did the same thing, right? Opened, that's 4 kids later, and
you said about your kids, people coming up to you. It happens to me all the time too. But what's been cool for me is it's happening to Jake now. And not awesome. It's happening in 2 ways. Oh, you played basketball at UCLA, which is pretty rad. But when he was working at the LOVB, Kevin Wong went up to him and was like,
"Are you Cole's kid?"
No, he's like, Jake. And so Kevin went to UCLA, so he watched him play at UCLA. But it was just it was so cool for you're not just you're Jake, you're working here, right? You're Jake. But it was wow, he now is starting to see it more, and it's also using it to his advantage, right?
Sure.
He is in the volleyball culture. He's going to marry a collegiate UCLA volleyball player. Right. He is the son of 2 collegiate professional, volleyball players. We had our day as a pro. So yeah, he's around it, and he tried to get as far away as he could from it, and he's more immersed in it than even Michelle and I are these days.
Yeah, my kids too. And your kids will do the same thing. Like, I don't want to do anything with dad's past. You almost, it's going to sound weird and kind of off-putting. You can't avoid it. Like, your kids can't avoid it no matter how hard they try. So I was always trying to tell my kids, you need to embrace those connections. If they're coming up to you and saying, oh, hey, are you Sully's kid? Embrace it. Get to know them. Say hello. Because we say it all the time. You just don't know who they are and how they can help you because they want to help you, right? Good people will help good people. And I think they've really taken that to heart.
And that's good that they took that to heart, Sully, because I've told my kids, like, if you don't ask, you don't get. And there's nothing wrong with asking for help or just introducing yourself and telling people what you do. Maybe there's a synergy, especially if it's friends of friends. That's how we all get business. That's how people get, you guys get jobs and human people, everyone gets jobs based off of people they know or they went to college with, or it's so important to teach that. And I think people are so nervous or like, oh, I can't do that. So that's great that they see that because it's value. You've earned your life for where you are today, and you've met hundreds and thousands of people along the way that you've touched in one way or the other. Hopefully, in a good way, which most of them are. And, people, like you said, are inherently good people and want to give back and want to help and want to say, hey, great. And, Jake's, I sent you guys this video. A lot of his jobs are from people that I know. But they didn't call me. He didn't call. He did it, right? He went out and earned it. But that's the thing that I think is important. And again, another great thing about volleyball, the community of volleyball is so small. Even though it's pretty vast, but it's so small that you're 6 degrees to Kevin Bacon, so to speak. You're actually closer. So, like, learning to play the game and loving it and playing in high school and playing club, playing in college, not playing college, just playing club, going to all that stuff. The people you meet and the people in volleyball that are lawyers and doctors and teachers and podcasters and salesmen and you name it, everything from everything. Yeah. There's your network. That's how you grow and as an adult.
Bear, your youngest, right? Ran track, stud, right? And who Bear picks up the phone, calls me and says, Sully, help me with this whole track thing. She's thinking about potentially
I had no idea,
going to the next level. And so, but doesn't get on the internet, right? No. Doesn't do anything like that. He gets hold of me, right? Or his volleyball network and says, hey, I know you're coaching. Do you know anything about this stuff? I'm like, yeah, man, I'm deep in it right now. So help them. I mean, it sounds small, but still, like his daughter couldn't avoid it because of Bear's connections and the life that he's lived. So
in the world of volleyball, a lot going on, a lot not going on. Right. Yep. There's some international volleyball. We've got some USA matches, which has been fantastic on both the men's and women's side. We got the college game ramping up. We got midsummer, AVP and Pro Beach Volleyball. So we're going to bring some content to you in the next few weeks and months coming on with some collegiate coaches and some college players and high school players and high school coaches and, some Pro Beach Volleyball players and, really just trying to bring you all of the content that is relevant in your life with volleyball, whether you're a junior, whether you're a high school player, whether you're in college, or whether you're a pro, or whether you're old and washed up like us three, and you just want to hear about volleyball.
Yeah, and let us know in the comments below. I mean, whatever you do, like if you got somebody with a great story, we'll talk. We'll talk to them. We'll do our research and talk to them and get people on. But Coley's right. We're going to put a lot of work into over the next 2 or 3 months to get all of our ideas rolling and get our schedules together because life is changing month to month for the three of us. And we got to keep doing this Set the Pipe because we text each other all the time saying, God, we missed this. How long has it been? And sometimes it's been 3 days. It's like, how can we get back on again? Where's another guest? Right. So I think we're doing a great thing. And volleyball is in the midst of it being kind of a dull moment right now. Nationals are almost over, if not over. AVP still going, but the collegiate game is just right around the corner. And then the men's collegiate games are just around the corner again. So we're gonna be busy for a long time.
Yeah. Hey, so I played the other day.
Shut your mouth.
Indoor or outdoor? Indoor. Okay, sixes.
Okay, so here it is. It's I'm an alternate or a sub for a co-ed team.
Okay.
Co-ed in 4-2, 5-1, 3-3.
It's 3-3.
And is it
right?
Men can hit from the back row, or can they hit in the front row? What's the rules? I'm
They can come
curious.
up and block from the back row, but you can't hit in the front row.
Front row, you can hit from the back row.
Come up and block.
But you can block in the front row, but
and the girl has to touch the ball at least once if there's more than 2 contacts.
Okay.
Right? So they usually do the setting. They pass a little bit, and the guys block and hit. You know, it's kind of like the old days in Bellflower. I don't know if you guys ever played.
Yeah,
that.
I mean, me and Marvin Hall again. Rest in peace, Marv. First time I ever played co-ed nationals in Vegas. We got the dub. Beat Lawrence Hom, to be honest with you. We'll bring him
was
on.
in Vegas.
That's
right?
another guy.
I was 18. I was 18 years old back in the day.
Yeah.
So I was curious about the rules, Bear, because that's how they were when I played. So I was just wondering if it's the same. Awesome.
I actually played one time in
Vegas.
Texas too. I played in
Such a fun
Arlington
game.
for co-ed nationals as well. But so this girl Autumn is her name, and she asked me to play quite a bit, and I'm always saying no because I always have something to do, right? And I hadn't played for about a year, and she goes, hey, and I owe her if I can play. I feel like I owe her a little bit. So, anyways, whatever. And I had the night off, so she goes, oh, and by the way, it's a double header. I'm like, really? Okay, great. I just don't want to
were they setting you the pipe? Is the question.
Well, I did get a pipe, I think, but by the end, I wasn't even blocking. I'm like, I'm not going to tear my Achilles, you know. And the way I am now, I don't pull muscles anymore. I pull fat, and I think I did pull some fat. But it was a ton of fun, and you know, I saw some people. We were talking about how small the community is, and Stan Shrewsbury, who I've known forever, he's the ref. Love seeing that guy, and a couple of my players that I've coached through the years were playing on the A court because I'm on the B court.
Of course.
And they said, "Hey, we love the podcast." And they watched it and everything, so it's out there in the volleyball community, and it was just great seeing people that I hadn't seen for a while. I hadn't.
Could you side out, Bear? That's the question. Could you side out? Yes or no?
I still can't pass, but you know what? I put a few balls away. I was pretty happy about that. I couldn't sleep on my right side of my body for about 2 nights because my shoulder was killing me.
So this is a perfect thing to share, Bear. So when you're playing volleyball in your 50s, you need to get into the ice pod. The ice pod is really good for you. It's a great way to recover. You get into the cold plunge 5-7 minutes and really just makes your body feel better. I go in it every day. If you haven't used an ice pod, make sure you do. It's well worth it.
Yeah, that's a good point, Coley. Good point. So you didn't take an ice bath
I didn't do anything
in the pod.
No.
How's your quads?
I was sore for about 3 days afterwards. You know, like the next day it's not so bad, but you know how sometimes it's like 2 or 3 days later. Yeah, and my shoulder's still a little sore, and this was about a week and a half ago. I probably took 40 swings that night.
This is why people are like, "How do you feel these days?" I'm like, "I feel great." They're like, "Why do you feel great?" I'm like, "Yeah, because I can't do any of that. Right? Like I can't run, I can't jump. So all I do is go to the gym. I mean, I did play pickleball with Mooney the day after." We're trying to play together. It's the first time, and we went over to play, and these people were just so good. It was like, we probably got our asses whooped. They saw us walk in, like, wow, these guys are going to be like good. And like, listen, we've never really played over here, and like, they made sure we knew we'd never played over there.
Casey Patterson gets you guys going.
So for that, like, I could play 2 games, so I know I'm good, right? Like then I won't play more than 3 at the most because my body, whatever. I kind of wish I could go back and have those feelings that you have, Bear, but at the same time, I'm glad I don't. I'm glad I wake up every day feeling pretty fresh.
That's what I said. When I retired, I'll have to tell you guys a story about why I retired. But anyway, when I retired from volleyball, for the most part, right, 95% of it, it was the biggest smile on my face because I would hear people, oh, my knees and my back, and I got to get this surgery, and I got to get on my shoulder. I'm like, nope, don't have any of that. I'm walking around just fine. Thank you very much.
I literally said a prayer when I walked out
there
because I thank God that I did not get hurt because that was my big thing, that I could actually walk back to my truck on my own
So
power.
the good news is for that, Bear, is now that you know this, just get in shape and play all the time. So if you play more, like say if I was healthy, like if I had a healthy ankle, like I would actually probably stretch and maybe do yoga and do some things that would be like, okay, I can play once a week with like Presh and Manir and those guys play all the time. Like every weekend they play. pretty rad setup they have.
On the beach, or they
Do they play out on the sand?
They play on the sand at someone's court in their house. It's amazing. Almost every weekend. Kieran's is there, like Doble, like
right?
it's pretty sick. And they've been trying to get me to go forever, and I'm embarrassed that I haven't went. I can't really play, but they're like, you don't need to play. Just come sit in.
over, yeah.
I'm like, I'll just play left back and talk shit. That'd be perfect for me. But I've been meaning to go maybe this fall, now that my life is changing dramatically from my kids being pretty done with club sports. 3 more weekends. It's over after all these years. Wow. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Happy about it. But yeah, I mean, people still play. So Bear, you still got it in you. I want to see you back at Nationals next year, 55 and over. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I can
Where's
coach.
next year's Nationals? Has it been announced yet? It was just in Denver, right? Over Memorial Day.
It was in Denver. I didn't check where it is. One of these days, we should all get together. Maybe it's the 60s. When it's the 60s and over and all of us get together and play. It'd be real fun. Whether we can play or not, I mean, all I could do is serve and stand there, so it wouldn't matter for me.
Coach is floaty. I had a good serve the other night still.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Look at you go.
Yeah.
The coach is floaty.
The coach is floaty. What's that now?
No topspin? Little Moni going?
No, dude. It's all floats.
Moni in you?
By the way, he's killing it internationally already. It's unbelievable.
I heard he got hurt. Didn't he roll his ankle?
He hurt his ankle.
He did, but before that, he was like,
he
playing at a high level. Any news on if he's coming back or not?
He's not coming back, I don't think.
Yeah.
And I think he was supposed to be out for about 3 weeks with his ankle, and that was about a week, maybe 2 weeks ago that happened.
Yeah.
So has there been a notice for sure that he's not coming back? Or
I think so.
The thing about that is, listen, he's a generational talent and he's a pro, and there's no money in it here, and if he was playing college basketball, he'd make $5 million here in NIL, so he could stay and play. No one's going to pay him that kind of money for volleyball. It's just not going to happen.
He wants to make a run for the Olympics with his brother, So
and that's in 26, right? So I mean that's not 26. That's in 28. 28. So listen, if he was playing basketball at Kentucky, he would stay here and still go to the Olympics because he'd be getting $5 to $7 million. And I can promise you that he would not leave the United States playing college volleyball making $5.5 million for 4 months, because it's all you'd have to be here is for 4 months, right? Like that's it. Come here in January, February, don't go to school. Sorry, I'm saying that, but he wouldn't even have to go to school as soon as the semester started. Finish the season and leave and go make whatever. You're not going to make $5 million a year playing volleyball, but there's no NIL for that. So if anyone's listening and you're a Long Beach State 49er fan, or you're a college men's volleyball fan and you're a billionaire or a multimillionaire and you just want to give up $5 million for a tax write-off, I think volleyball in this country could use him back for one more year.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
let's pony it up. Let's get him. I mean, we're not just going to try to transfer. Let's pony it up. Let's get him some cash. That's the way they do it. The NIL collective. We'll get him on Set the Pipe. It'll be Set the Pipe money. Donate to us. We only take 85% of it, and he gets the rest. It's a fair thing. So it's about $1 million. It's fair.
Absolutely.
So. No, I get it. We all thought he'd be here a year, and we were hoping that he would be here longer for Al and just volleyball in general, because he's so fun to watch. But it's gonna be fun to see the next generation of setters. Those kids that are 12 to 14 right now that are getting into high school, that just went and watched him and are watching YouTube videos and are
try
going
to emulate him.
and try to emulate that and train
I
those
was going to
steps.
say, Bear, have you guys seen those highlights of that at Nationals for the boys?
Yeah,
some
the
of those
little guys are
trying to pull
doing
off Moni stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, good for them.
Yeah.
He's innovative for sure.
It's and listen, why wouldn't you emulate the player of the year, freshman of the year, national champion, like, and as a competitor, you can see that. And it's like, I don't want to get in the argument of who's better. I still think Jordan's the GOAT. Kobe's my favorite, but I understand the LeBron argument because I love LeBron, and LeBron's my son's favorite player, and I get it, and I can. But if you're going to go, Kareem has all the stuff. But nonetheless, Kobe mimicked Jordan a lot. Like a lot of Jordan's moves, Kobe did. And I'm not going to say perfected them, because you could put them next to each other in silhouettes. I've seen many of them.
They look pretty identical. Yep.
So Braden played a kid from Arizona, and his last name is Diggs, and he's from Millennium. And someone had mentioned that to me, and I'm standing 100 feet, 200 feet away in Arizona a couple weeks ago, and it's near the end of the game. They're up by 1. They need to make a basket to keep, up by 3 or whatever it would be with a minute left, 30 seconds left. And he does this fadeaway turnaround from the baseline. And I was just like, that's Kobe Bryant right there. And like I said, I love him. He's my favorite. He's Jake's favorite. So we got to play him last weekend here in California. And let me tell you something. I've watched a lot of sports. I've gotten to see my son play against the Ball brothers, the Mobleys. Evan Mobley was the Defensive Player of the Year. I've seen him play against a lot of kids. Anthony Edwards, Cade Cunningham. Jake played against all of those kids. I'm not saying he's wow. And wow. And he moves just like him. And the game for him is already slow. He's not even a sophomore. The game is already slow. But the weird thing as a spectator when you watch games, it's almost when you're watching him with the ball, it's slow also for me. It's like slow motion watching him play basketball in the real fast game of basketball. And then it's incredible. So to go back to Moni, the reason I brought that up is, there's going to be the next LeBron. There was the next Jordan. There was the next Kobe. Kareem came after Will, right? Shaq and Hakeem came after Kareem. I could go on forever. They do come after him. People emulate. He's one of the best setters to ever do it in college volleyball, ever. And even if it was for 1 year. Yeah,
he
why
broke
not?
the mold, right? What setter goes up from right back, pretends they're going to swing. He's in right back, not right front. Pretend he's going to swing. Gets ready to set for the one. He dishes it to the right side. And then he does like a pirouette in the in the middle of the air. He basically says, "This is how I'm doing it." He broke the mold because no one else set like that.
He was
no one
putting
had
balls
those
away
acrobatic.
from the back row too.
Well, yeah, but no one
put a
had
ton
those
of ball away.
acrobatic sets. No one was, how many setters are actually calling the D, right? Even calling a pipe, right, from the back row. If they did, it was kind of like tongue in cheek, and they would laugh about it. No, this guy was looking to score, so he was a complete player. But just to see the juniors at nationals try those, like facing not the wrong, well, it used to be the wrong way, right? Facing the right side and still setting the HUD on the left side. He has broke the mold and basically said it's okay to do this, and they are doing it.
And that's the thing. Like, what's rad about it is because there's always a mold, and there's always the way people train and the people coach, and there's philosophies, and there's styles, and there's schemes. I happened to be watching a documentary last night on Muhammad Ali, and I've seen plenty of them, and I've seen a few movies on him, and I loved him. Actually, he's amazing. I learned a lot of new things about him. But one thing that was cool was from the early days when he's 16, 17, is he was so different, and a lot of people thought he'd never make it because of that. And all the trainers that wanted to train him, a couple of them were like trying to change, and he ended up going to the one who he went to that trained him when he became the champion. He just let him be him. Because he was different and unique. Could you imagine if someone would have told Muhammad Ali back then that you can't fight like that and tried to make him be someone different? Is he a champion? I don't know. Probably because he was so gifted, but the way he fought was different, more than anyone had ever fought at the heavyweight. The speed, the quick, the move, the moving backwards to hit, like no one did that. And, to go back to what you just said about breaking the mold. So just because no one flew out of the back row to do a jump set and bang the ball on like a C or whatever you want to call those days, why, just because no one's ever done it and you're not supposed to do it, why not? Why can't you change it and make that something so different? They did it in beach years ago when Karch and Kent were playing against Randy and St. John. Who hit the ball over on two? Very rarely. They were there was no like plays to run it and set it up on two, and the game is evolved,
part of the game
right?
Now.
Like it's part of the game. It's plays, it's sets, it's back sets, it's bump behind you. Like it was boom, set, come up and bang, right? Like it's a different game. So why not? I think it's awesome, and I can't wait to see where this game is while we're still doing Set the Pipe. I can't wait to talk about this in 2 to 3 years when we're talking about college volleyball in, 2027, 28. We're talking about the Olympics in 28, right? When we're sitting here, all three of us are in Los Angeles doing the Olympics live. Yes, we will be doing the Olympics live. Bringing you your ice pod from the Olympics live in LA 2028.
We'll be
Let's go.
them.
I'll be going on my new e-bike.
He'll be on his new e-bike as well.
right.
But
We gotta talk about that.
it's going to be exciting to see what happens. and what the games looks
And
like.
I do pedal on that e-bike, by the way. I do pedal. I just want to throw that out there. I'm not the guy that just like coasts everywhere.
It helped you not get sore the next couple of days. You wouldn't sore for 5 days if you weren't pedaling on your e-bike after your volleyball match. But yeah,
pulled more fat.
Cole, you're right. Come Olympics, we're gonna be like, man, those guys are setting like Moni. You guys remember Moni back in 2025 when he was playing? And we're gonna start talking about those setters just like that. It's gonna be pretty neat. Yeah, the evolution started. Like I said, he just was like, this is how I play. So when you're talking about, I think there's a couple ways people recruit is this is my system as a head coach. Do you fit in my system? Or I'm just going to take the best players and we're going to figure out how to win this thing. Right. And I'm not saying either one's better than the other.
I think the best coach is the combination of both.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And can you imagine like, hey, we can't have Moni because he doesn't fit our system. He's a little bit too wild. We like traditional. It's been successful for us. You know what I mean? So we could have missed out on something like that. So it'll be interesting the years forward, especially on the men's side. Well, the women's side too. I mean, you got people flying from the back row now, and can they do it? Can they not do it? So it's going to be very interesting.
I bet you Charlie Furbringer can, and she can bring it from outside. So I'm not saying she's starting to jump from the background, bang pipes or whatever, but girls, women like her, she's a young woman, not the little girl that I watched grow up. But, imagine if she was 12 right now, about to go to Maricosta in a couple years. Maybe she is training this then. I'm not saying she's not training it now in college, but I'm saying maybe that's more prevalent as part of it.
You sent us highlights of some people that we know, their kids right now, 12, 13, 14, hitting pipes. Hitting I mean, calling pipes. I mean, they might not be... They not may
13
be in system at that 13-year-old, right? But
crushing the ball
for it. But they're calling for it, putting it in and crushing it. They're just not lobbing over. They're just not. It's part of their DNA for the most part now. And then as they get older, it's gonna be a set play. I mean, you're gonna have your left side, you're gonna have your middle going for a 3, your right side on the back side, and then you got a pipe coming down the middle, right? Yeah. It's gonna be part of everybody's DNA, and it's so exciting right now how the game is evolving so quickly. It's really fun to watch.
Yeah. Awesome.
All
good times.
Good stuff.
So I was going to tell you about my 4th of July before we head off. Is I spent the whole weekend with my oldest, Savannah, who does all the social media posting for us. And we sat down for a couple of days, and Coley alluded to it, that we talked, just set the pipe for 2 solid days. We didn't even go out and see any fireworks because the company was so great. It was so great just to sit down with my oldest, and we just kicked it and just talked, set the pipe, watched some TV. We had some sushi. It was awesome. So, but I'm excited about some of the stuff that we're going to bring to the table, and all 4 of us, or 5 with David Tinley, and a bunch of ideas that are going to get all kind of ironed out. And Set the Pipe is just on the verge of just taking off, which is fantastic. And I want to thank both of you guys because, and in my humble opinion, even though I started, Set the Pipe is not without you two for sure, being the core group. So I appreciate and love you guys.
Love you back, man. Grateful. Other than not putting the hat on for the sun right here, just it's beaming here. But other than that, super grateful, Sully. And I love you, man. And I love you, Bear. And I can't thank you guys enough for including me in this journey. And we don't know where the destination is, but the journey is going to be sure fun with us.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to it for years, my friends.
Yeah, and I didn't think I'd be jonesing like this to go and say, man, we're going to get back on this. And Barry even called me, "Are you okay? Like, you haven't responded, and like, are you all right? I mean, are you getting burnt out?" And all valid questions. I'm like, dude, I'm adulting. I'm so busy right now. But if I can do this full time, I mean, we have so many great ideas, and we talk about sponsorships, and we talk about other things that can push us over
subscribe.
Over the edge. Absolutely,
it's free.
Subscribe, follow us, everything.
Free.
We would do this. We would do this. It's fun. We're well connected, and it's only going to get bigger. So I'm super proud of this so far. What the heck?
The bird telling me I need to keep quiet with saying stupid things. Like I said, no, but you're right, man, and. I'm excited. I'm grateful. I love every minute of this. I'm looking forward to our next one as well. And
cool.
Love you guys.
Okay, everybody. Well, that's another episode of Set the Pipe. Be on the lookout for a couple of other guests coming on that we have rolling in. And we know that July is going to be a little tough for us. Everybody's kind of busy with some things. Bear's got some professional commitments. Chloe with his basketball
AAU,
going
baby,
on.
last rodeo.
Yeah, last road show, and then I'm swamped at my job, and the kids are keep me busy as well. So again, thanks for watching Set the Pipe. Please subscribe if you like what we're doing, and because we love what we're doing. So for the three of us, appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time. See ya.
Awesome.
See ya.